Did everyone play Astro's Playroom?
I did. I played a ton of it. Yeah.
So that, I mean, it shows off the DualSense really, really well. But like, I was trying to figure out what everyone's talking about, like the advanced haptic feedback, and it's really good. It's probably the best haptic feedback we've had so far, and I'm sure Nintendo will probably continue to work on theirs to their next gen system too. But like, to have the haptic feedback, the adaptive triggers, and that's the biggest thing, is having that speaker work alongside of both of them. I think is really, like, the DualSense is just a combination of all these really cool ideas thrown into one, and Astro's Playroom just uses all of it at once. Like, in the kind of the beginning, it's in GPU Jungle, I think, where you're the monkey who's climbing up the side, and they have it so that you have to press down the adaptive trigger, and it like locks in the middle, so it feels like you're grabbing onto the thing, and then the speaker plays a noise when you grab it. And then you got to also use the gyro at the same time. There is so much stuff going on there, and it actually feels really cool climbing up the side of the wall there. And then you grab onto the part that's like a little zipper that flings you upwards, and the adaptive trigger keeps smacking against like your fingers as you're trying to hold on to it. There is a lot there going on.
So question, are there a lot of moving parts for the haptic like feedback triggers and stuff to where like they can break easily?
Yeah, kind of. Each one has its own motor, and basically there's a piece of plastic inside with several gears that works to move this lever back and forth to create resistance, or even like rumble in there to hit where you're holding down.
So would it be possible, like, if you put too much pressure on it, you could easily break it?
Probably. I feel like it could. I think it could. When I checked it out and opened it up, I was a concern I had, because it's all plastic gears. But I mean, so far it feels pretty good. And like, even like in Spider-Man, when you go to web swing, at the bottom of it, you press down and you can tell that they're up a little bit, because there is some resistance at the bottom when you go to throw your web. So yeah, they're doing a lot of things. And what's really fun is it looked like in Call of Duty, I get on the Xbox now. I'm thinking like I should have got on the PlayStation, just because of the adaptive triggers. They have it so that if you're shooting like a gun, the trigger looks like will keep getting hit by that piece of plastic in there, and make it, you actually feel recoil from the gun they're shooting. Like, there is a lot.
Yeah, but you don't want to do that shit online.
You can turn it off though. You can turn it off. It's in like the settings for Call of Duty has that apparently, and then you have like the universal settings in the PlayStation. You can turn it off, but like to go through campaign like that'd be pretty cool. Like to have it. So
campaign.
I want to see a montage of streamers raging out when the controllers jam. Like, bro, I'm pulling the trigger, bro.
Like, the DualSense, I think, is the big, like, visuals are getting better, sure, but I think it's getting harder to sell a system now on just visuals. Like, because they already looked good on the PlayStation 4, and then the PlayStation 4 Pro and the Xbox One X, and now it's like they look more 4K, I guess. So it's I like the DualSense is really cool though. I hope these features don't just get dropped by next year by third parties.
Well, so I have a weird feeling. So I was playing Demon Souls. I've played a ton of Demon Souls now. I love it. And while I was playing it the last night, I was walking through this like castle at one point, and lightning came down and struck a tree that blew up, and it looked super gorgeous. And it kind of made me think that this might be the last console generation, because I feel like it feels like we're getting so close to photorealism, and our controllers are finally really, really good. Like, I don't know. I feel like I can't imagine what's going to go past this.
The only thing I can think of is if either VR takes off heavily or 8K takes off.
Yeah,
like, I feel like those are the two big things that would really push it along for any real reason to go to another generation.
They're already setting us up for that, though. Look at the boxes. It says up to 8K, so that's already the next thing.
I feel like they could probably just do a pro model of this, or just iterations, as like Phil Spencer's mentioned before, where they're like, we could do it. We don't really care about generations. We'll just do iterations, and they'll all play the same games.
Well, yeah, but that's kind of like what they did with the Xbox One to the Xbox Series X, and just keep on adding your series or whatever. But that's what they're definitely going to do. But I mean, Sony's going to put out some box that, because there's going to be 8K. I mean, they're going to want to try to integrate VR. I would even think like AR implemented into the controller somehow, to where like you can actually see something like a hologram or issue thing that like kind of pops up, something like that. I mean, like, there's all sorts of possibilities of what they can do, going forward.
Yeah, but I feel like they're just going to think less about how can we make this game look better, or versus how can we make this game, I guess, more immersive.
Yeah, actually, that's a great point I didn't consider. Is they're not going to care about making things look better. They're going to worry about how they can be different and how it can be better.
That, like I said, that DualSense is a game changer for some of these games. So I do like it quite a bit.
I like the feel of it too. It's for big boy hands.
It's a bigger controller. Yes, it works much better for me because that DualShock 4. I struggle with that DualShock 4, so I like the DualSense.
It's tiny. The DualShock 4. I mean, well, it's not tiny, but it's like
it's pretty small. It's on the smaller side of the spectrum for a lot.
Yeah, it's smaller, and like if you have big hands, it's not good. My fingers hit. The two analog, they touch each other when I use the analog sticks because my hands are too big. So.
Yeah, well, they got to get as long as they start doing more DualSense controllers. But yeah, I know what you're talking about, OJ, because you get to like where it's you're whereas the PS5 they do, but it's not as hard to do that. Yep.
Clicks like my hands are.
I got fine. Baby hands.
The problem I have though is the Xbox is the one with the offset sticks. So when these shooters come out, I'm like, I want to get on the Xbox because it's offset sticks, and it's just like I know PlayStation's always done like the sticks right next to each other, but. Yeah. I you know what? I wouldn't mind if they decided to do an offset stick variation as well. That would be cool.